Well, hello guys. I decided to do a impromptu sort of vlog even though it's quite late at night and even though I am tired and ever so slightly feel like shit. Even though I've had so many amazing days on this trip that I felt really good, felt really healthy, had lots of energy. Unfortunately, it's kind of really just been mixed with the opposite where I felt so low energy, so tired and just like completely drained. And unfortunately, like on Friday I had such a long day and I just like crashed when I got home. I was so tired and I finally kind of realized, okay, like, Alina, you can't do this anymore. Like, you can't just, you know, rest for a few hours and, you know, drink some coffee and, you know, convince yourself that you're, you know, not dying so you can still go out and like do everything you want to do. And I will admit that is a horrible, horrible habit of mine where I just sometimes, you know, want to do something so badly or, you know, want to achieve something so badly that I kind of just like put my health aside, even though I am super health conscious in many ways. But yeah, I just kind of shoot the gun really early as soon as I start to feel better, and then it's just this never-ending cycle of not feeling better. So I canceled all my weekend plans, which I'm very proud of for myself now, as long as I can just kind of keep myself resting and not doing anything too crazy. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to sit down and film this video right now with, you know, definitely no glamour going on, no nothing, and just kind of, you know, talk realistically about what it's actually like to, you know, travel by yourself, and not to just travel but to like pursue your dreams and all that kind of stuff. Because of course, like, I would never trade this for the world. I would never, you know, trade the life that I have for just being complacent and, you know, settling for whatever kind of job and, you know, taking the safe option, so to say, which I don't think actually exists. But anyway, I would never trade it for any of that. I think the thing that nobody really talks about when they talk about, you know, following your dreams is those like in the middle days. And of course, even people who are super successful, or that you would say have like arrived, or whatever you want to call it, it's still, you know, a challenge. It's still a ladder. They're still, you know, looking for that glass ceiling, doing what they love, whatever you want to call it. But I think the period that not many people talk about is like, you know, here's the person in their roots before they got started, and oh, look at them, you know, famous doing what they're doing and stuff. It's like not many people kind of talk about this struggle in between where, yes, you're pursuing, you know, what you want and it's working out, but, you know, you're not exactly where you want to be at scale. You know, nobody talks about these like difficult sort of days where, you know, you're all by yourself in a foreign country feeling like shit and, you know, you don't really know what to do. Pretty much ever since I was 17, I've done a lot of traveling on my own. I've pretty much always lived by myself, unless I was like living with my boyfriend or whatever. But I think it's really important, especially, you know, when you're just finishing high school, to find that independence, you know, being by yourself, because you really do learn a lot when you don't have, you know, anybody else to directly rely on. If you're just like laying in bed with a scorching hot fever and, you know, all your limbs hurt too much to even like take you to the grocery store, you know, it's like you really have to be your own kind of best friend and like remind yourself that everything's gonna be okay, to, you know, make yourself do all the things that are gonna make you feel better, and to just kind of, I guess, yeah, have that hope that everything's gonna be okay and that you're gonna get through it and stuff. And I think it builds, you know, a lot of character, and you definitely become a lot more self-reliant. But that's not to say that it's always easy. Like, I've had some super scary moments where I've had some really serious things go wrong when I was overseas. The scariest being when I was in India and I ended up in the hospital in Hyderabad on like my last days, and they told me that if I hadn't like gone in or whatever, like I actually could be facing like super, super severe consequences. Like my potassium levels were so extremely low, like they didn't even really understand why exactly. But I pretty much, yeah, spent the whole night in like the emergency ward, like hooked up to a whole bunch of machines. So really scary stuff. And I mean, on the minor end of things, I guess I've had like super intense fevers or like other kinds of things that kind of just leave me in not too great a shape and bedridden as I am now. But yeah, I just wanted to like put this out there for anybody, you know, who might be having like a hard day and feels kind of alone and, you know, is wondering if it's gonna be okay. And I guess maybe I'm just saying this to myself as well, that, you know, even though you might feel like shit right now, and even though you feel like things are really going wrong and you're so behind and you should be doing this and you should be doing that, stop it. It's going to be okay, and you really do have to take care of yourself first. I think, you know, we get so caught up in all these things that we have to do and all these like deadlines and all this kind of stuff, all these expectations. And I know all too well that, you know, it's just a really bad recipe for letting your health kind of fall to the wayside. And unless you have your health, like, what do you really have? Fully experience, you know, all the things you want to do, and your family and your friends, and just being able to get out there and do things relies so much on your health. And, you know, we really do mistreat ourselves so many times, and, you know, don't do the things that we know we should be doing, and we don't, you know, take our own advice, so to say, and, you know, then everything else, of course, suffers. So I think it's really important that even though you think that, you know, there's other things in your life that are so important and, you know, you have to get done, or money or whatever it is, I think it's just really important to always know that, you know, your health, whether it's physical or mental, it has to come first. You know, you have to take care of yourself. So that is why I have canceled my weekend plans. I'm hoping, of course, that I am back to being good as new on Monday, because there is a lot of things I have to do, but I am just kind of trying to like get that out of my mind and, you know, just have faith that everything's gonna be okay. I just kind of wanted to do this little vlog of me looking ever so fabulous, talking to you guys about taking care of your health, because nobody else is gonna take care of it for you. And to, yeah, just focus on the things that, you know, are truly important, and to have faith that everything's going to be all right, and that following your dreams is worth it. But if you're going to follow your dreams, you definitely have to be taking proper care of yourself. So no matter where you guys are, whether you got family around or just yourself, know it's going to be okay, and that you are strong enough to take on anything life throws at you. It would be there if you weren't strong enough to handle it. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. Keep being your own kind of beautiful, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.